My precious child, do not move. Do not scroll away, for I have orchestrated this exact moment to whisper a truth that your soul has been longing to hear. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the one who knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. And I am speaking directly to you right now. I see the heaviness that has been pressing against your chest, and I know the silent tears you have shed when the world was asleep and you felt utterly alone. The fear that has been tightening its grip around your heart. That sudden wave of anxiety that catches your breath, it is not a random occurrence. It is not a sign of your weakness, nor is it a coincidence of your circumstances. It is a divine signal. It is a spiritual alarm sounding from the heights of heaven, meant to capture your attention because a massive shift is occurring in the unseen realm. You have felt as though you were being hunted by misfortune, as if a shadow was trailing your every step, but I am here to tell you that the hunt ends tonight. Before I reveal the magnitude of the blessing I am bringing forth, and the specific door I am about to close forever, I need you to acknowledge my presence in this holy encounter. Do not let this moment pass in silence. Let your faith find its voice. Declare your presence before me right now and open the gates of your heart to receive what I have prepared. Type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments to signify that you are standing in the light of my grace and are ready to be transformed. By doing this, you are signaling to the spiritual realm that you are no longer a victim of fear, but a chosen one, a child of the Most High who is ready to claim their inheritance. My beloved, you were never meant to carry this burden by yourself, and you do not have to walk this path alone. There is a circle of protection and a family of believers waiting to stand with you. If you feel my warmth and believe that I am speaking directly into your life today, I invite you to join this sacred assembly. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now as an act of agreement with heaven. This is your way of signaling that you are stepping into my fold, ensuring that my light will continue to guide your path and that you will remain under the shadow of my wings. By aligning yourself with this word, you are accepting the divine protection that will shield you from the arrows of the enemy that fly by day and the terrors that haunt the night. Listen with the ears of your spirit, for the time is urgent and the revelation I bring is deep. I am the architect of your destiny, and I am moving behind the scenes to do what you could not do for yourself. I am preparing to slam shut a door that has remained open for far too long. A door that has allowed the winds of lack, the ghosts of your past, and the voices of worthlessness to enter your life. Those things that have been pursuing you, the debts that won't go away. The loneliness that feels like a prison, the constant cycle of almost making it, are about to lose your trail forever. I am making you invisible to the enemy and setting you on a high rock where the waves of trouble cannot reach you. What you are hearing now is the sound of your chains beginning to rattle before they shatter into dust. You have been in the hidden season for long enough. The dawn is not just coming, it is breaking over the horizon of your life at this very second. Stay focused on my voice, for I am about to show you exactly how I will vindicate you. My beloved child, I have watched you in the deep stillness of the night, when the shadows grow long and the silence becomes deafening. I have seen you tossing and turning your mind, a whirlwind of what-ifs and how longs, unable to find the rest I so desperately want to give you. I was there at 3:00 a.m. when you stared at the ceiling, feeling the heavy weight of the world pressing down on your shoulders, making every breath feel like a victory won in battle. I have seen the way your heart races for no apparent reason, a sudden surge of adrenaline born of fear rather than excitement, leaving you trembling in the dark. You have tried to hide your exhaustion from those around you, wearing a mask of strength during the day, but I see the weary soul behind the smile. I have seen the silent conversations you have with me, those desperate wordless pleas for just one night of peace, just 1 hour, where the voices of worry would stop their relentless shouting. I want you to know that not a single moment of your restlessness has gone unnoticed by my eyes. I have counted every heartbeat that quickened in anxiety, and I have felt every pang of loneliness that washed over you like a cold tide. I have seen the physical toll that this spiritual battle has taken on your earthly vessel. I have felt the sharp, stinging knot in the pit of your stomach that tightens every time you think about your future or the mounting pressures of your responsibilities. I have seen the tightness in your chest, that dull ache that makes you wonder if your heart is literally breaking under the strain of your circumstances. You have asked yourself if you are losing your mind, or if your body is finally giving out, but I am here to tell you that these are the marks of a soul that has been carrying a load it was never designed to bear. I see the tension in your neck and the way you clench your jaw, bracing yourself for the next blow, the next piece of bad news, the next disappointment. You are like a soldier who has been on the front lines for too long without a reprieve, and your body is signaling that it is time to surrender that burden to me. I am the great physician, and I am reaching out right now to touch those places where the stress has manifested as pain. I am smoothing out the knots of worry and breathing my life-giving spirit into your lungs so you can finally take a deep, full breath of my grace. I have witnessed the tears that you refuse to let fall in front of others, the tears of frustration, the tears of feeling misunderstood, and the tears of sheer fatigue. Each one of those droplets is precious to me. I have gathered them all and kept them in my bottle, for they are the sacred language of your heart. I know the specific faces and names that haunt your thoughts when you are alone, the memories of betrayal that sting like an open wound, and the fear that history is destined to repeat itself. You feel as though you are trapped in a loop of suffering, but I am breaking that cycle today. I am the one who gives his beloved sleep, and I am preparing a bed of peace for you that the world cannot disturb. The chest pain you feel is not the end of you. It is the pressure of my glory trying to break through the walls you built to protect yourself. I am dismantling those walls with my love, replacing your heart of stone with a heart of flesh that beats in perfect rhythm with mine. The nights of agony are being traded for mornings of mercy. I am standing at the foot of your bed, and I am sitting beside you in your car when the anxiety tries to overtake you. I am whispering to your spirit, peace, be still. Do not be afraid of the sensations in your body, for they are merely the echoes of a storm that I am currently rebuking. You have survived every night that you thought you wouldn't, and you are standing here today because my hand has been holding yours even when you couldn't feel it. Trust me with your health, trust me with your mind, and trust me with the hours of the night. I am the light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness has never and will never overcome it. Your restoration begins with this realization: I see you, I know you, and I am already moving to heal every hidden wound you carry. This season of sleeplessness is over, for I am giving you my rest, a rest that surpasses all human understanding. My precious one, I have stood by you in the moments when your world was shattered by the very people you thought would protect it. I saw the look in your eyes when the realization of betrayal first hit you. The cold, sharp sting of a trust broken, a promise forgotten, or a back turned when you needed a hand to hold. I was there when those you loved and sacrificed for chose to walk away, leaving you to wonder what you did wrong and why you weren't enough. I heard the words they spoke behind your back, the whispers meant to diminish your light, and the lies that tried to redefine your worth. You have carried the weight of their choices as if they were your own faults, but I am here to tell you that their betrayal was never a reflection of your value. It was a revelation of their own shadows. I saw you sitting in the debris of those broken relationships, trying to piece together a heart that felt like it would never beat the same way again. I am the God who sees the hidden wounds, and I am reaching into those deep places of your past to pull out the thorns of resentment and the shards of disappointment. You no longer have to look over your shoulder at the ghosts of those who let you down, for I am the one who remains faithful when everyone else fails. I have also seen the way you carry your failures like a heavy cross, stumbling under the burden of could have been and should have been. I see the lists you keep in your mind, the business that didn't thrive, the relationship that collapsed, the mistakes you made that you fear have defined your destiny forever. You look at the clock and feel that you are running out of time, that everyone else is miles ahead while you are still trying to find your footing in the ruins. But listen to my voice. Your failures are not final, and your mistakes are not your identity. In my kingdom, nothing is wasted. I am the master architect who can take the rubble of your biggest regrets and use them as the foundation for your greatest victory. I saw you in the moments of your deepest shame, when you felt you had disappointed me and everyone who believed in you. I want you to know that I was never disappointed. I was simply waiting for you to realize that your strength was never enough, so that you would finally lean on mine. The ghosts of these failures are trying to haunt your future, whispering that you will never succeed because of where you have been. But I am the God of the second chance and the third and the 70 times 7. Your past is a school, not a prison. I am now performing a divine surgery on your soul, removing the spirit of heaviness and replacing it with a garment of praise. I am washing away the stain of every failure with the water of my grace. You are not behind. You are being built. You are not breaking. You are becoming. Every tear you shed over a betrayal has been recorded, and for every ounce of pain you endured, I am preparing a double portion of honor. I am the one who vindicates my children. You do not need to defend yourself or prove your worth to those who misjudged you. I will make your righteousness shine like the dawn and your justice like the noonday sun. The people who walked away did not take your future with them. They only cleared the space for the destiny I am about to bring into your life. The ghosts that have been haunting you are being evicted right now by the power of my light. I am closing the door on the shame of your past and opening a window into a future filled with hope. Breathe in my forgiveness. Breathe in my acceptance. You are clean, you are whole, and you are mine. The enemy wanted to use your history to stop your mystery, but I am using your history to launch your miracle. My child, I have seen you looking over your shoulder even when there was no one there. I know that nagging sensation that follows you into every room, the feeling that you are being hunted by an invisible force of misfortune. You have felt as though every time you take 2 steps forward, something unseen pulls you 3 steps back. You have watched as your plans, which you built with such care and hope, crumbled for reasons you couldn't explain. You have wondered if you were under a curse or if the universe had simply decided to be your enemy. I want you to know that I have been watching the predator that has been stalking your peace. I have seen the way bad luck seems to cling to you like a shadow, waiting for the moment you start to feel secure just to strike again. This is not your imagination, and it is not a string of bad coincidences. It is a spiritual pursuit, an attempt by the darkness to weary your spirit until you give up on the promises I have placed within you. I have seen your hands grow tired from holding on to what little you have, only to watch it slip through your fingers like sand. I have seen the money come in only for an unexpected bill, a sudden breakdown, or a family crisis to take it all away before you could even breathe. You have asked me, Lord, why is the devourer at my door again? You have felt like a target, as if there is a mark on your life that attracts struggle while others seem to glide through effortlessly. I have seen the exhaustion in your eyes as you look at your bank account and your mounting responsibilities, feeling like a prey that is being slowly cornered by debt and lack. But listen to me, the hunter is about to become the hunted. I am the Lord of the breakthrough, and I am stepping into the arena of your finances and your daily life to intercept the thief who has been stealing your harvest. The cycle of barely making it is being broken today by my sovereign hand. Take a moment right now, my beloved. Stop the racing thoughts and the frantic planning. I want you to take a long, deep breath, the deepest breath you have taken all day. As you exhale, feel the weight of that hunted feeling leaving your spirit. I am here. I am in the room with you. I am standing between you and every force that has been pursuing you. Can you feel the shift in the atmosphere? The shadows that once loomed so large are shrinking in the light of my glory. You are no longer the prey, you are the protected. I have surrounded you with a wall of fire that no enemy can penetrate. The anxiety that has been whispering that something bad is about to happen is a lie from the pit of darkness. I am telling you that something good is happening, something holy is moving, and the predator that has been chasing you is about to witness the power of the Lion of Judah. You are safe in my sanctuary, and my presence is your shield. Understand this: the enemy only hunts what has value. The reason you have felt so pursued is because of the immense treasure I have hidden inside of you. You are being attacked, not because you are failing, but because you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. You carry a seed of greatness that the shadows are terrified of. They want to exhaust you so that you never plant it. They want to distract you with bad luck so you never see the divine favor that is actually hovering over your life. But I am declaring an end to this chase. The Red Sea is about to close over the heads of those who have been pursuing you. You will look back and you will see your enemies no more. I am shifting the momentum. Instead of you running from trouble, goodness and mercy shall now run after you all the days of your life. Every door that the enemy tried to lock, I am kicking open. Every trap that was set for your feet, I am turning into a stepping stone for your promotion. You are under my divine immunity. My precious child, you have asked me in your quietest moments, Lord, why is it always me? Why do I face the hardest battles while others seem to walk on smooth paths? I want to explain to you the spiritual physics of the universe I created. Light does not just illuminate, it attracts. Think of a moth drawn to a flame or a lighthouse cutting through the densest fog. You have been wondering why the darkness has been so persistent in its pursuit of you. But the truth is simple. The shadows only chase what is radiant. You carry a frequency of my glory that is blinding to the kingdom of darkness. You are not being targeted because you are weak or because you have done something wrong. You are being targeted because of the immense power that resides within your spirit. Your life is a beacon in a world that is content with its own dimness. When you walk into a room, you bring an atmosphere of my presence that disturbs the complacency of the enemy. The resistance you face is proof of the light you carry. If you were of no consequence, the enemy would leave you alone. But because you have a destiny that will shake the foundations of darkness, the shadows have mobilized against you. Do not view the battle as a sign of my absence, but as a confirmation of your importance in my kingdom. I want you to understand that the enemy does not waste his resources on empty houses. A thief does not break into a building that has nothing of value inside. If your life has been under siege, it is because there is a treasure within you that is worth more than you can imagine. You are a repository of my wisdom, my love, and my creative power. The enemy sees your potential even when you are blinded by your own pain. He sees the impact you will have on your family, your community, and the generations to come. He knows that if you ever fully realize who you are in me, you will be unstoppable. That is why he tries to weigh you down with fear, why he tries to distract you with petty conflicts, and why he tries to convince you that your light is a burden. But I am here to tell you that the very thing the enemy wants to extinguish is the thing that will set you free. The physics of light dictates that darkness cannot coexist where light is present. It can only surround it, trying to stifle its glow. But the smallest candle can dispel the vastest darkness. You are that light, and the pressure you feel is merely the evidence of your brilliance pushing back against the night. You were created to be a city on a hill, and you cannot be hidden. This is why you feel different from everyone else, why you have never quite fit into the molds the world tried to force you into. You were designed for a higher purpose, and that purpose comes with a unique set of challenges. When I poured my spirit into you, I marked you as a chosen one. This mark is visible in the spiritual realm. It is a seal of ownership and a signal of authority. The darkness sees this seal and trembles, which is why it reacts with such hostility. But remember, the light within you is the same light that spoke the universe into existence. It is the same light that conquered the grave. No shadow, no matter how thick, can ever put out the fire I have lit inside of your soul. You are being refined in this season, not destroyed. Just as gold is purified by the heat of the furnace, your light is being intensified by the trials you endure. Each struggle is stripping away the layers of the world that have tried to dull your shine, leaving behind only the pure, radiant essence of who I created you to be. You are becoming a vessel of pure light, and soon the world will see the glory I have placed within you. Do not let the intensity of the struggle make you doubt your identity. In fact, let the intensity of the struggle confirm it. The greater the assignment, the greater the opposition. If you are facing a giant, it is because you have the heart of a king. If you are facing a storm, it is because you have the power to command the waves. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor in training. Every time you choose to trust me in the midst of fear, your light grows brighter. Every time you choose to speak words of faith when you feel surrounded by lack, you are striking a match in the darkness. You are learning how to wield the authority that comes with being my child. This season of being hunted has actually been a season of being honed. I am teaching your hands for war and your fingers for battle, so that when you step into the fullness of your destiny, you will not only carry the light, but you will know how to use it to lead others out of the darkness. Your life is not a series of accidents. It is a carefully choreographed dance of light overcoming shadow. Trust the process, for I am with you, and my light in you is invincible. My beloved child, there are battles being fought in the spiritual realm that your physical eyes cannot perceive. Yet your spirit feels every blow. You have often felt a sense of dread or a sudden heaviness that seems to come from nowhere, as if an invisible wall has suddenly been erected in your path. These are not merely the results of bad luck or biological stress. They are the maneuvers of invisible enemies who seek to profit from your exhaustion. You have wondered why certain patterns of pain, certain cycles of rejection, or certain habits of self-sabotage keep returning to your life no matter how much you pray or how hard you work to change. It is because there are doors in your spirit that have been left ajar, portals created by past traumas, inherited burdens, or moments of deep wounding that you have not yet allowed me to fully heal. An invisible enemy does not need a large entrance. A tiny crack of bitterness, a small opening of unforgiveness, or a lingering shadow of shame is enough for them to whisper lies into your heart. I want you to understand that I am not telling you this to frighten you, but to empower you with the truth of why the struggle has felt so relentless. I have watched as you tried to fight these invisible foes with physical weapons, with more work, with more planning, or by trying to please people who can never be satisfied. But you cannot defeat a spiritual shadow with earthly tools. I see the moments when you felt a presence of failure looming over your shoulder, or when you felt an unexplained urge to give up just as you were nearing a breakthrough. These enemies use the open doors of your past to gain access to your present. They remind you of the words your father said that made you feel small, or the way that person betrayed you, using those memories as anchors to keep you stuck in a season that I have already declared over. Every time you entertain a thought of worthlessness or a fear of the future, you are inadvertently giving these invisible forces a place to sit at the table of your mind. But I am here today as the master of the house, and I am walking through the corridors of your soul to identify every latch that has been broken and every hinge that has been loosened by the storms of life. The doors that are standing open are often the ones you have forgotten about, the wounds of your childhood that you buried deep, the grief you never fully processed, or the guilt you still carry for mistakes I have long ago forgiven. These open doors act like a draft in a warm room, letting in the cold air of anxiety and the dust of confusion. I see how hard you have tried to keep the house of your life in order, but the invisible enemies keep slipping in through the back. I have seen you crying out in the middle of the night, asking why peace seems so elusive when you are doing your best to follow me. The answer is not that I have abandoned you, but that there are legal grounds the enemy is using to harass your peace. But hear my voice. I am the supreme judge, and I am revoking every license the enemy has used against you. I am shining my light into the dark corners of your subconscious, revealing the hidden entry points, so that we can close them together once and for all. I am reaching out my hand to touch those specific areas where you feel most vulnerable. Perhaps it is a door of not being enough that was opened when you were a child, or a door of financial lack that has been passed down through your family line for generations. Whatever the door may be, I am standing with you now to shut it. You do not have to be afraid of these invisible enemies any longer, for the one who is in you is far greater than any force that is against you. As I close these doors, I am also healing the scars that kept them stuck open. I am applying the oil of my spirit to the dry and cracked places of your heart. I am strengthening the boundaries of your soul so that from this moment forward, the thief will find no way in. The atmosphere of your life is changing from one of vulnerability to one of divine fortification. You are being sealed with my peace, and I am placing a no trespassing sign on the territory of your mind. The invisible enemies that have been haunting you are being evicted, for this house belongs to the living God. My beloved child, you have often felt like an outsider, a traveler in a land that does not speak your language. You have looked at others who seem to navigate life with ease, fitting into social circles and finding success without the constant friction you endure. You have asked me why your path is so narrow, why your standards are so high, and why the wind always seems to be blowing against you. It is because you are not just anyone. You are a chosen one. I have set you apart for a purpose that exceeds the common understanding of this world. Before you were even a thought in your parents' minds, I had already carved your name into the palm of my hand and designated you for a mission that requires a specific kind of strength. This chosen one status is not a title of vanity, but a mantle of responsibility. You are a vessel I have prepared to carry my glory into the darkest corners of the earth. The very reason you feel out of place is that you were never meant to blend in. You were designed to stand out, to be a light that cannot be hidden, and to be a witness to my power in a generation that has forgotten how to believe. I want to clear the confusion that has clouded your mind during your darkest hours. You have often mistaken your trials for my punishment. When the storms hit and the walls seemed to close in, a voice in the back of your mind whispered that you must have failed me or that I was angry with you. But listen to my heart. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. There is a profound difference between the two. Punishment is the result of anger, but preparation is the evidence of love. A master blacksmith does not put the iron into the fire to destroy it, but to make it pliable so it can be shaped into a masterpiece. The heat you have been feeling is not meant to consume you. It is meant to burn away the impurities and the almost enough versions of yourself that would never survive where I am taking you. I am not looking at your past mistakes with a gavel in my hand. I am looking at your future potential with a blueprint for victory. The struggles you have faced were not signs of my absence, but signatures of my involvement. You are a royal heir, and every king or queen must first learn the discipline of the wilderness before they can wear the crown of the kingdom. The enemy has tried to use your chosen one status against you, telling you that if you were truly mine, you wouldn't suffer. He tries to make you feel isolated, as if your struggles are a mark of shame. But I am here to tell you that your scars are actually your credentials. They are the proof that you have been in the fire and emerged with the scent of heaven still upon you. I have placed a divine hedge around you that the enemy can see even when you cannot. Every time he tried to take you out, he hit a wall of my protection. Every time he thought he had you cornered, I provided a way of escape that you didn't even realize was my hand at work. You are under a sovereign promise of protection that cannot be revoked. I have assigned legions of angels to guard your steps, and though 10,000 may fall at your right hand, the destruction shall not come near you. You are my prized possession, the apple of my eye, and I am fiercely protective of what is mine. No weapon formed against you will ever prosper, because the one who formed the weapon is still under my control. Do not allow fear to dictate your movements any longer. You do not need to fight this battle with your own strength, nor do you need to exhaust yourself trying to outrun the shadows. There is a divine authority that comes with being my chosen. I am telling you today, be still. Hold your peace and remain calm in the face of the opposition. You do not have to scream to be heard by heaven, and you do not have to struggle to be seen by me. I am the Lord who fights for you. Just as I stood between the Israelites and the chariots of Egypt, I am standing between you and your problems right now. Your only job is to trust, to lean into my presence, and to walk forward in the confidence that the Creator of the stars is your personal advocate. The Red Sea of your circumstances is preparing to part, not because of your effort, but because of my decree. You are entering a season where you will see my hand move in ways that defy logic. This is the privilege of the chosen. You are protected, you are purposed, and you are never ever alone. My child, let my word settle into the very marrow of your bones, for I am not a God who speaks in empty riddles or vague promises. I want you to understand the weight of the authority I carry on your behalf, for it is rooted in the eternal laws of my kingdom. There is a sacred decree written in the archives of heaven that I am activating in your life at this very moment. I have placed the key of the house of David upon your shoulder, a divine authority that stems from my own throne. Know this truth: when I choose to open a door for you, no force in hell, no jealous tongue, and no earthly barrier can ever swing it shut. But more importantly for your peace today, when I decide to shut a door, no man, no demon, and no amount of human effort can ever pry it open again. I am currently walking through the hallways of your history and slamming shut the doors that have allowed the enemy to harass your spirit. I am locking the door to your poverty, I am bolting the door to generational curses, and I am sealing the door to the depression that has tried to claim your mind. This is my sovereign decree. What I have closed today remains closed forever. To confirm your faith in this divine authority, and to seal this truth in your spirit, I invite you to join this growing family of believers who walk in my light. If you believe that I am the one who holds the keys to your destiny and that I am fighting for you, even now press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are signaling your agreement with my word and helping to carry this light to other weary souls who are still banging on doors that I have already closed for their own protection. Remember the words I spoke to my people when they were trapped between the crashing waves of the Red Sea and the iron chariots of their enemies. I will fight for you while you only need to remain silent and be still. You have been fighting with your own words, your own worries, and your own fading strength, but today I am asking you to surrender the battle to me. Your silence is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of your total trust in my power. As you remain quiet in my presence, I am moving the mountains that you thought were unmovable. Understand that sometimes my greatest act of love is not what I give you, but what I take away and what I prevent you from entering. You have wept over doors that I shut, thinking I was denying you a blessing, but you did not see the pit of vipers that was laid behind that threshold. I closed those doors to protect you from a future of sorrow that you were never meant to endure. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning, and I know exactly which paths lead to your destruction and which lead to your crowning. The door of that relationship that ended abruptly, I closed it because I saw the hidden heart of the one you loved, and I knew they could not carry the weight of your destiny. The door of that career path that fell through, I closed it because I have a throne room waiting for you, not just a common workspace. Trust my hand even when your eyes are filled with tears, for I am refining your path so that every step you take from this day forward is on holy and solid ground. The season of almost and not quite is being incinerated in the fire of my holiness. You have lived in the waiting room of destiny for long enough, watching others walk through their doors while you felt left behind and forgotten. But I am telling you, your door is unique. It is not made of wood or stone, but of my living promise. As I close the doors of your past, I am preparing your spirit for the massive intake of my glory that is coming in the next season. You have passed the test of disappointment. You have shown me your faithfulness in the silence of the wilderness. Now watch as I stand at the threshold of your future. I am turning the key that no enemy can steal. Can you hear the sound of the locks clicking into place? Can you feel the shift in the spiritual pressure around you? The atmosphere of lack is being replaced by the atmosphere of abundance. You are moving from the place of being hunted to the place of being honored. This is the word of the Lord for you today. Word. My precious child, listen closely to the sound of my voice, for it is the sound of the wind changing direction in your favor. I have walked through the storehouses of your life, and I have seen the empty shelves where there should have been abundance. I have seen the way you have carefully counted every cent, the way you have skipped things you needed just to make sure others were taken care of, and the way the spirit of lack has tried to make you feel small and insignificant. For too long, you have lived in the not enough and the just barely, waking up with a knot in your stomach at the thought of the mailbox or the ringing of the phone. But I am the God of the overflow, the one who fed 5,000 with a few loaves and fishes, and I am declaring that the season of spiritual and financial drought is over. I am placing my hand upon the door of poverty, the door that has allowed stress to rob you of your joy and your sleep, and I am slamming it shut with the authority of heaven. It will not merely be closed, it will be sealed by my spirit, and the devourer will no longer have access to the fruits of your labor. I see the bills that have been piling up, those documents of debt that have felt like heavy chains around your ankles. I see the anxiety that grips you when you think about your future and the legacy you want to leave for your children. Know this: I am not just a God of enough. I am the God of more than enough. I am moving behind the scenes to orchestrate divine connections that you could not have made on your own. I am waking up people in positions of influence and putting your name on their hearts. I am preparing to settle accounts in ways that will leave you breathless with wonder. Those years that the locusts have eaten, the years of struggle, the years where it felt like you were pouring your life into a bag with holes, I am beginning to restore them to you right now. You are moving from a place of survival to a place of revival. The Red Sea of your debt is parting, and you will walk through on dry land. The enemies of lack and insufficiency that you see today, you shall see them no more forever. Pay attention. My beloved, for the next 7 days are a window of divine transition. I am not bound by the economy of this world, nor am I limited by the numbers on a screen. I am the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the silver and the gold belong to me. Within these coming days, I want you to keep your spirit alert for the suddenlies. A sudden phone call, a sudden email, a sudden idea that carries the seed of a great harvest. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. This is not because of your perfection, but because of my promise and your faithfulness in the hidden season. You have been a good steward of the little, and now I am making you ruler over much. The door of lack is closing, and a portal of provision is opening. Do not ask how, for the how is my business. Your business is to believe and to position your heart to receive the rain that is about to fall upon your dry ground. I am breaking the generational cycle of poverty that has plagued your family line for decades. The spirit of barely making it ends with you. You are the one I have chosen to break the curse and establish a new covenant of blessing. I am giving you a new mind for prosperity, replacing the poverty consciousness with a kingdom mindset. You will no longer look at what you lack. You will look at what I am capable of. As this door of lack closes, you will feel a literal weight lifting from your spirit. The atmosphere of your home will change from one of tension to one of peace and celebration. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies, the enemies of debt, the enemies of lack, and the enemies of fear. They will watch as I pour the oil of favor over your head until your cup runs over. Trust my timing for it is perfect. The provision is already on its way. It is merely a matter of time before it manifests in your hands. My beloved child, I want you to look back one last time at the things that have been chasing you. I have heard the thunder of the chariots of your enemies, those relentless spirits of anxiety, those recurring illnesses that steal your strength, and those toxic voices that have tried to dismantle your confidence. For years you have felt like my people Israel, trapped between a mountain of impossibility and a sea of despair, with a ruthless army closing in behind you. You have felt the breath of the pursuer on your neck, and you have wondered if this was the place where your story would end in defeat. But I am the Lord of hosts, the God who commands the winds and the waves, and I am telling you today, this is your Red Sea moment. The very obstacle you thought would drown you is about to become the path to your freedom, and the very enemies who thought they had finally cornered you are about to be swallowed by the weight of my justice. The ground you are standing on is shifting from a place of panic to a place of victory. I see the faces of those who have mocked your faith, those who have waited for you to stumble so they could celebrate your fall. I see the invisible forces of darkness that have tried to sabotage your relationships and poison your peace. They have been arrogant in their pursuit, believing that because I was silent, I was absent. But my silence was never abandonment. It was the gathering of a storm that is about to break over their heads. I am stretching my hand over your life, and I am commanding the waters of my grace to part for you. You will walk through the middle of your crisis on dry land. You will walk through the middle of the fire, and not even the smell of smoke will be upon you. And as for those things that have hunted you, those spirits of depression, those generational cycles of failure, those people who meant you harm, I am declaring a finality over their influence. The Egyptian army you see today, you shall see them no more forever. Their power over your life is being permanently dissolved in the ocean of my sovereign protection. Do not be afraid of the noise and the chaos of the transition. When a major shift occurs in the spiritual realm, the enemy often makes the most noise because he knows his time is short. If you feel the pressure intensifying, it is only because the door is about to slam shut on your past. I am the one who fights for you while you only need to remain still and trust in my salvation. I am taking the wheels off the chariots of your enemies. I am confusing their counsel and frustrating their plans. Every weapon they have forged to use against you is being turned back upon them. You are stepping into a season where the predator becomes the prey of my divine vengeance. I am not just bringing you out. I am making sure that what chased you can never follow you into the land of your promise. You are being washed clean of the trauma of the hunt. The memories of being the hunted are being replaced by the reality of being the honored. If you believe that I am breaking your chains and drowning your enemies right now, do not stay silent. This is a moment of spiritual declaration. I want you to affirm your faith and claim this victory in the sight of heaven. Type "breakthrough is mine" or "I believe" in the comments right now to seal this Red Sea moment in your spirit. By typing these words, you are putting a demand on the atmosphere and announcing to the unseen world that you are no longer under the dominion of fear. You are standing on the other side of the water and you are watching as I settle the score on your behalf. Feel the lightness returning to your soul as the burden of the chase falls away. You are free. You are vindicated. You are entering the no more season, no more running, no more hiding, and no more being hunted by the shadows of your past. This is a deep work I am doing, and it is a permanent one. You have been through the fire to become fireproof, and you have been through the water to learn how to walk on it with me. The enemies of your peace are being laid to rest so that you can finally focus on the great work I have for you. I have not brought you this far to let you be defeated at the shore. I am your rear guard and your forward scout. I am the wall of water on your right and your left. Walk forward with your head held high, for the King of Glory is your protector. The chase is over. The victory is won. The silence that follows the storm will be the most beautiful peace you have ever known, for in that silence you will finally hear the song of your deliverance. My chosen one, listen with the ears of your spirit, for the clock of heaven is striking a significant hour in your life. We are entering a window of 24 hours where a divine transfer of power is taking place in the unseen realm. This is not a distant promise for a future year. This is an immediate shift occurring in the very atmosphere you breathe. For too long, the enemy has held the keys to your joy, your peace, and your resources, but the legal right of the oppressor has been revoked by my sovereign decree. I am reaching into the enemy's camp and reclaiming everything that was stolen from you, every bit of your health, every ounce of your confidence, and every resource that was diverted from your path. In these next 24 hours, you will feel a literal lightness entering your spirit, as if a heavy cloak of lead has been lifted from your shoulders and replaced by a garment of my radiant light. The authority that was used against you is now being handed back into your hands, and you shall stand as a ruler over the circumstances that once ruled over you. Pay close attention to the subtle signals I am sending to confirm this transfer. I want you to be alert to the repeating numbers that will cross your path, the 1111 that signals a portal of transition, or the 777 that marks the perfection of my work in you. These are not coincidences, they are my digital signatures on the fabric of your day, reminding you that I am in total control. You may receive a phone call from someone you haven't heard from in years, or an email that contains an answer to a prayer you had almost forgotten you prayed. A sudden, unexplained feeling of relief will wash over you, even if your physical situation hasn't changed yet. This is the evidence of the power transfer. The weight of the battle is being transferred from your strength to my omnipotence. You are moving from the position of a struggling survivor to that of a seated victor. This 24-hour window is a sacred time of alignment where the order of heaven is being imposed upon the chaos of your life. As this power is transferred, I am also transferring the wealth of the wicked into your storehouses. This is not just about money. It is about the wealth of influence, the wealth of opportunity, and the wealth of favor. Those who have stood in your way will suddenly find themselves compelled to help you. Those who look down on you will now see my glory reflected on your face and will be drawn to your wisdom. I am turning the tables. The very people and systems that were designed to keep you limited are now being repurposed to be the vehicles of your promotion. You will walk into rooms and feel a change in the frequency. People will listen when you speak, and doors that were double-bolted will swing open at your approach because you are no longer carrying the spirit of a servant but the spirit of a king. This is the hour of your vindication, where I show the world that you are indeed my chosen and that my hand is firmly upon your life. To witness this manifestation, I need you to stay in a posture of radical gratitude. Do not let a single complaint cross your lips in these 24 hours. Instead, speak of the victory as if it is already visible to your physical eyes. Every time you say, "Thank you, Father," you are accelerating the transfer. Every time you smile in the face of a lingering shadow, you are proving your maturity to handle the weight of the blessing I am releasing. I am looking for those who can remain steady while I shift the foundations of their world. You have shown me your endurance in the hidden season. Now show me your faith in the season of manifestation. The enemies who thought they could keep you in a cage are watching in horror as the bars turn to gold and the gates fall off their hinges. You are stepping into a level of authority you have never known, and it all begins with the shift that is happening right now in this very moment. Keep your eyes open, for my signs are everywhere. A specific bird might land near you, a song might play that holds the exact message you need, or a stranger might speak a word that resonates in your soul like a bell. These are the ripples of the power transfer. I am moving the pieces of the puzzle into place. You don't have to force it, and you don't have to figure it out. Just remain in me and let me do the heavy lifting. By this time tomorrow, you will not be the same person who started this day. The fear will be a memory, and the power of the living God will be your new reality. The transfer is complete. Now walk in the boldness of one who knows they are backed by the entire host of heaven. Your season of being under is over. Your season of being over has begun. My precious child, the long, bitter winter of your soul is finally yielding to the warmth of a divine spring. I have seen the years that were eaten away by the locusts of grief, the years devoured by the caterpillars of financial struggle, and the seasons that were stripped bare by the winds of betrayal. You have looked at your life and seen only the empty fields, wondering if anything would ever grow again in the soil of your heart. But hear my decree today. I am the great restorer, and I am paying you back for every tear, every sleepless night, and every moment of silent agony. I am not just giving you back what you lost. I am giving it back with the interest of heaven attached. Where there was barrenness, there shall be a bountiful harvest. Where there was shame, there shall be a double portion of honor. The locust years are over, and I am saturating your ground with a rain of favor that will cause your destiny to bloom in ways that will leave the world in awe. You are stepping into a season of supernatural compensation, where the time you think you lost is being compressed into a singular moment of magnificent fulfillment. This harvest I am bringing into your life is first and foremost a harvest of peace. A peace so deep and so absolute that it defies human logic. You have lived in a state of high alert for so long that your soul has forgotten what it feels like to truly rest. I am teaching you that peace is not the absence of the storm, but the steady realization of my presence in the midst of it. I have used the suffering you endured to produce a resilience that cannot be shaken. The suffering produced endurance, the endurance produced a character of pure gold, and that character has birthed a hope that will never put you to shame. You are no longer the person who entered the hidden season of trial. You have been refined, tempered, and strengthened. You have passed the discouragement test, and now you are ready to handle the weight of the blessing I am about to place upon your shoulders. Real blessings are heavy, and they require strong shoulders and a mature heart to carry them without being crushed. I have spent this time building your capacity, and now your character finally matches the size of the promise I gave you long ago. Understand, my beloved, that the waiting room was never a prison. It was a construction site. While you were waiting and wondering if I had forgotten you, I was busy laying the foundation for a life that would stand the test of time. I was clearing out the rubble of old mindsets and the debris of generational patterns that would have sabotaged your future. Every difficulty you faced and every problem you solved was an entrance exam for the much that I am now entrusting to you. You have shown me your faithfulness in the little things, and now the doors to the much are swinging wide. You are entering a season of divine restoration where relationships will be healed. Health will be renewed, and the joy that was stolen from your childhood will return with a strength you have never known. I am making everything beautiful in its time, and your time has finally arrived. The harvest is ripe, and the harvesters of heaven are already moving into your fields to gather the fruit of your long-suffering and your unwavering faith. I am breathing new life into the dreams you thought had died in the drought. Just as I wake you up each morning to a new day, I am waking up the dormant seeds of greatness within you. You will look back on this period of your life, and you will not see the pain. You will see the purpose. You will not see the lack. You will see the preparation. I am the God who redeems everything, and I am turning your greatest scars into your most powerful credentials. The world will see that I did not bring you this far to leave you, but to launch you. Your life is becoming a testimony of my goodness, a living proof that no storm is too big when you have faith in me. Rest in this truth: the restoration is not a possibility. It is a promise. It is already on the way, and it will be greater, brighter, and more beautiful than anything you could have imagined. Trust my timing, for I know the exact moment when you are ready to receive the fullness of your inheritance. The harvest is yours, and the peace I give you is eternal. My beloved child, look at your hands. Look at your heart. The weight that was crushing you just moments ago has begun to dissolve, hasn't it? The door is now slammed shut, and the lock has clicked into place with the finality of heaven. The one who was hunting you has been removed from your path, and the shadows that once loomed so large have been incinerated by the radiance of my presence. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And I am declaring that this chapter of your suffering has reached its absolute conclusion. You are no longer defined by the chase, by the lack, or by the fear that haunted your footsteps. You are defined by my love, and you are sealed by my spirit. The atmosphere of your life has been scrubbed clean, and a new fragrance, the fragrance of victory and peace, is beginning to rise from your soul. Do not look back at the threshold I have closed. There is nothing left for you there but dust and echoes. Your future is not behind you. It is unfolding right here in this holy moment of surrender and strength. Now is the moment to anchor this transformation into your reality, to place the final seal upon this divine prophecy so that no thief can ever steal the peace I have given you today. Your faith is the currency of my kingdom, and your words are the seeds of your manifestation. Do not let this message simply pass through your ears. Lock it into your life forever with a declaration of absolute certainty. Type "It is done" or "Amen" in the comments right now to seal this blessing into your spirit. By doing this, you are telling the universe and every invisible force that the matter is settled. The contract of your suffering is torn up, and the seal of the living God is placed upon your destiny. This is your amen, your so be it, the final stamp of approval from the throne of grace. As you type these words, feel the power of my promise take root in your very bones, making you immovable, unshakable, and unstoppable. But listen closely, for this freedom is not an end point. It is a beginning. I did not just set you free so you could sit in the silence. I set you free so you could soar into the mission I have uniquely designed for you. You have been trained in the fire so that you can lead others through the flame. You have been comforted in your loneliness so that you can be a voice of hope to the brokenhearted. Your scars are no longer marks of shame. They are your credentials as an ambassador of my kingdom. This is the start of a mission where your life becomes the evidence of my power. You are entering a season of great works where the wisdom you gained in the wilderness will be used to build empires of light. You are ready. You are equipped. You are the chosen one who has survived the hunt to become the hero of your own divine story. Keep your heart awake and your spirit alert, for the steps I am about to lay before you will lead to heights you never dared to dream of. As you step into this new identity, remember that you do not walk alone. You are part of a royal family, a global assembly of light bearers who are all moving toward the same glorious dawn. If you have felt my warmth and my authority through this message, do not keep this light to yourself. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to remain connected to this source of daily strength and to officially join this family of the chosen. By doing so, you are not just following a channel. You are signaling to the world that you belong to the light. Share this message with 3 souls who are currently being hunted by their own fears, and watch as the blessing I have given you multiplies as it passes through your hands. You were blessed to be a blessing. You were saved to be a savior. You were loved so that you could love. My child, go forth now with your head held high. The hunter is gone, the door is closed, and the world is waiting for the light that only you can carry. Do not be afraid of the greatness I have placed within you. Walk in boldness, speak with authority, and live in the profound peace that comes from knowing the Creator of the universe is your Father, your protector, and your best friend. I am with you always, even until the end of the age. Every breath you take is a gift from my lungs. Every step you take is guided by my hand. You are free, you are whole, you are mine. The nightmare is over and the morning has finally come.